In the late 1990s, Hollywood was a swirling vortex of high-profile romances, breakups, and tabloid frenzy, with Gwyneth Paltrow and Brad Pitt at the center of one of its most captivating stories. The relationship, which began in 1994 on the set of David Fincher's dark thriller Say 7, was the kind of glamorous pairing that fueled magazine covers and gossip columns. Paltrow, the rising star with an elite Manhattan upbringing, and Pitt, the charming heartthrob from Missouri, seemed like a match made in Tinseltown heaven. They got engaged in 1996, but by 1997, their relationship had unraveled, leaving fans and media speculating about the reasons behind their split. Fast forward to 2000, when Pitt married Jennifer Aniston, another beloved Hollywood figure, in a lavish Malibu ceremony. The world watched, but one person's reaction stood out in its complexity and raw emotion: Gwyneth Paltrow's. Her response, both public and private, as detailed in Amy Odell's 2025 biography, Gwyneth. The biography reveals a woman grappling with heartbreak, pride, and the pressures of fame. Paltrow and Pitt's romance was intense from the start. Meeting on the set of Seven, where Paltrow played Pitt's ill-fated wife, their chemistry was undeniable. By 1996, they were engaged, with Pitt proposing in a moment that seemed to cement their status as Hollywood's golden couple. However, their differences, cultural, personal, and professional, began to surface. Paltrow, who grew up in a sophisticated urban environment, reportedly found Pitt's more grounded, religious, Midwestern background a point of disconnect. According to Odell's biography, Paltrow confided in friends that she felt Pitt wasn't sophisticated enough for her, a sentiment that hinted at deeper incompatibilities. Her rising fame, particularly after starring in Emma and later Shakespeare in Love, reportedly made Pitt feel threatened, as suggested by makeup artist Kevin Aucoin, who advised Paltrow to end the relationship. By 1997, the engagement was off, and the couple parted ways without publicly disclosing a concrete reason for the split. When Pitt began dating Jennifer Aniston in 1998, the news didn't immediately dominate Paltrow's public narrative. She was busy building her career, starring in films like Sliding Doors, and navigating her own romantic entanglements, including a brief relationship with Ben Affleck. However, when Pitt and Aniston announced their engagement in 1999 and married in July 2000, the media spotlight turned back to Paltrow, eager to gauge her reaction to her ex-fiancé's new chapter. Publicly, Paltrow maintained a composed, almost aloof demeanor. During a September 2000 interview at the Toronto International Film Festival, where she was promoting her film Duets, a reporter dared to ask how she felt about Pitt's recent wedding. Her response was sharp and guarded. "Are you really asking me this question? I can't comment on this kind of thing." Her eyes, as Odell describes, were daggers, signaling her frustration at being prodded about such a personal matter. This moment encapsulated Paltrow's public stance. She was determined to keep her emotions private, projecting the image of a poised professional unwilling to feed the gossip machine. Behind closed doors, however, Paltrow's feelings were far more raw and unguarded. According to Odell's biography, which draws on interviews with those close to Paltrow, she confided in friends that she felt sad when she learned of Pitt's marriage to Aniston. This sadness wasn't just about losing a former partner, but also about the public nature of his moving on. Pitt and Aniston's wedding was a media spectacle, attended by 2,000 guests and splashed across tabloids, making it impossible for Paltrow to escape the narrative of her ex-fiancé's happiness. In private conversations, Paltrow's emotions took a sharper edge. She reportedly told friends that Pitt had terrible taste in women, a biting remark that suggested both hurt and a sense of superiority. In one particularly candid moment during a business dinner with Estee Lauder heiress Erin Lauder, Paltrow allegedly went further, calling Pitt dumber than a sack of These comments, while harsh, reflect the complexity of her emotions, grief mixed with frustration, perhaps even a need to reclaim some control over a narrative that had slipped from her grasp. Paltrow's reaction wasn't just about Pitt's choice of partner, but also about the differences that had defined their own relationship. Odell notes that Paltrow, raised in a world of cultural refinement, felt a disconnect with Pitt's more traditional upbringing. She once remarked in an interview about having to explain the difference between beluga and oyster caviar to Pitt. A small anecdote that hinted at their divergent worlds. Her family, particularly her late father, Bruce Paltrow, adored Pitt, which may have made the breakup and his subsequent marriage to Aniston even more poignant. Despite these feelings, Paltrow's public restraint showed her awareness of the Hollywood game. She knew that airing her grievances openly would only fuel more headlines. Over time, Paltrow's perspective evolved. By the early 2000s, she had moved on to her own high-profile relationships, marrying Coldplay's Chris Martin in 2003, and later Brad Falchuk in 2000. Her sadness over Pitt's marriage to Aniston didn't define her life, but it left a mark, as evidenced by her reflections years later. In a 2023 appearance on the Call Her Daddy podcast, Paltrow spoke candidly about the breakup, admitting it was really hard and that Pitt, being older, knew what he wanted, while she was all over the place. This introspection suggests she had come to terms with their past, acknowledging the emotional weight of their split, without lingering bitterness. Interestingly, Paltrow's relationship with Jennifer Aniston also evolved into one of mutual respect and friendship. By 2023, Paltrow shared an Instagram post of Aniston kissing her cheek, captioning it with gratitude for their bond. In January 2025, the two were photographed together at an event, a testament to their ability to move beyond the shadow of Pitt's relationships. This reconciliation highlights Paltrow's ability to navigate complex personal dynamics with grace, a trait she's become known for in her conscious uncoupling philosophy. Pitt and Paltrow also mended their relationship over the years. In 2022, they collaborated on a Goop project, promoting God's True cashmere shirts. In a playful exchange on Goop's website, Paltrow quipped, "I finally found the Brad I was supposed to marry. It just took me 20 years. To which Pitt responded, "It's lovely to have you as a friend now." Their banter, filled with mutual affection, showed that any past pain had been replaced by a genuine camaraderie. The story of Paltrow's reaction to Pitt's marriage to Aniston is a window into the human side of celebrity. Beneath the polished exterior, Paltrow grappled with the same emotions anyone might feel watching an ex move on. Sadness, frustration, and a touch of defensiveness. Her private remarks, as revealed in Odell's biography, show a woman who felt deeply but was acutely aware of the public's gaze. Her ability to maintain composure while privately processing her hurt speaks to her strength and media savvy. Ultimately, Paltrow's journey from heartbreak to friendship with both Pitt and Aniston reflects her growth, resilience, and commitment to moving forward, even under the relentless scrutiny of Hollywood's spotlight.